So first we have to choose the general colors that we're gonna use. And this is the palette that I went for. The next step is the most therapeutic and the most satisfying one, I guess. Here you give yourself complete freedom, but I noticed that I tended to tear my paper in a more flat way, but for mountains we need something more curvy, so I would recommend you to tear the paper in a more dynamic and round and chaotic way, so the composition of your mountains is gonna be more interesting. Instead of tearing, we're gonna cut some of the objects, for example the sun or maybe any other shape. The thing that I love the most about these collages is that you can use literally anything to make it. Any shape, any object, any material can be used in your collage if you want. This part was the most time-consuming and I even would say difficult one for me, because this is where I had to use my creativity and make my brain work, because this is actually the brainstorming part of making a collage. You have to put all the pieces of paper that you have and you should try all the possible combinations, and you try and do that until you find the perfect composition, until you like it and until you're satisfied. And this is the most creative part of making a collage. Once you've figured out the perfect composition, you should memorize it, because then you take the glue and you glue the pieces of paper onto your base, and you should mind the layers. So the first layer comes, then the next, and next. Then we cut the edges, waste paper, and we make it look tidy and pretty. One of the final stages is working on the details, and so here we stick the details onto our landscape. So my details were the little house and the sun, and by the way, I decided to reduce the size of the sun and make it smaller. And the last stage is very optional. If you want to put some lyrics, maybe phrases, sentences, words, letters, whatever, you do it. In my case, I was inspired by Phoebe Bridgers and her song Garden Song. By the way, you should go and check out Phoebe, because she's an amazing artist and she inspires me so much lately. And basically this whole collage and landscape was inspired by this song and by these lyrics in particular that I decided to write down. I'm so happy that I am able to express myself through such things as collages, making art, paintings, and whatever. It's such a great thing.